What's your assessment of President Tinubu's 3 years in office? May 29th, just about a week ago, made it 3 years exactly, he was sworn in the areas of insecurity, the economy, and democratic practices. Give us your general overview of his administration.
We were in error to assume that President Tinubu has some antidote, some strategy to fix Nigeria. Some people had hopes. We never had, certainly. But it's clear now that he just came in, sleepwalked into the presidency. He had no defined strategy, just to occupy the office and exercise the powers of the office. It turned out to be a transactional presidency. Anything goes. Reactionary, not in control of all the elements of governance of a country, a so-called country. We always say it's 200 million, 220 million, 250 million, 280 million. We don't know how many we are. That's even the source of the problem. We are just marooned. And he himself is going to France, going to look for investors when we cannot move into the country. Everything is just misdirected. And it's unfortunate that people around him have not told him that it's just on a wild goose chase, why the country is unraveled and the country is going under. Out of control. Absolutely.
How do you mean? Give us context. Let's take insecurity. Let's be focused, Doctor. Take insecurity, for instance. So much money. But the defense and security sector has gotten the highest budgetary allocation, at least on paper, in the last maybe 10, 12 years. But then you'll see the military saying they don't really get what is budgeted is not actually released to them. There's a huge gap. But with the spate of killings, massacres all over this country, abductions, beheadings, whether in the northwest, northeast, southwest now, sir, discuss this insecurity pandemic and the Tinubu's administration's response to it, or a lack thereof.
Problem began with Obasanjo, who said Sharia would just go away. It didn't go away. It also started with Jonathan Dasuki. They shared all security money to people and millions of naira to all kinds of people. No accountability. That's the foundation of corruption, misapplication of funds, and profligacy. And when there is no sin, no accountability, everything now that is showing various symptoms. So it's only a foolish person will not know that this thing started from Borno State, moved to Plateau, moved to Benue, moved to Niger, moved to Kwara, moved to Oyo, now in Ekiti, until it touches the ocean. The trajectory is clear, but our leaders are working on air. They just assure bandits will be defeated. They just talk. And they are busy sharing money, applying contracts, and just plundering the state. There is no seriousness of purpose. Our president went to George. He said, never again. He said, you have only 10 minutes to stay in the airport. He said, never again will anybody be killed. The following week, people were killed in Plateau. Okay, since that time, the Plateau incident in December, we are now in June. What is the weight of a presidential utterance? Do you just speak in vain when you have no strategy? You have no effort to deliver positive outcome. It's just public statement, public statement, public statement. Does words count? Does it matter? It didn't matter.
Let's talk about solution, because we all know the problems, But what's the solution? Because if you say no strategy, even though they would, the spokesperson for the president was here, Barrister Daniel Buala, of course, vigorously defended the president and the president's policies. Of course, you would say, what do you expect him to do? But my questions are, what should the president have done? What should they have done to resolve this? Because this insecurity now, initially we used to think it was far away, but it's on our doorstep now. It's knocking at our doors now. Every Nigerian now knows this insecurity is actually at our doorstep. What should the president have done differently?
Once you are going on the wrong course, you keep going there until you stop and take stock and redirect at what you are doing. There are not one, there no one silver bullet.
Absolutely.
There are several things.
Yes.
For instance, to know who we are is bastardized. We have name, we have BVN, we have ID card, all fake. We cannot account for ourselves. If you are living, your address cannot be pinpointed. We don't know who we are as a country. Everybody can come in to any town, no registration. You have to have a strict identity registration system to know who is who. You tie it down. That's the first thing that you do.
That's the foundation.
That's the foundation to know who is staying within the territory of Nigeria.
So, sorry, Doctor. So, to even tackle insecurity, because before you talk about guns and bullets and arsenal and armory, the first thing is identity. Who is who and where?
Where? What do you do for a living? Once you do that, then all whoever has access to arms. During the regime, Fulanis were carrying AK-47 everywhere. And nothing was done. In fact, the government now said all these people who have guns should surrender it. But the Fulanis, we have to mention their names, is the only ethnic nation in Nigeria that openly carries AK-47. And they boast about it. And nothing has happened. So all this is foundation. You have to correct, you have to go back. Who is a Fulani? Fulani Nigerian, Fulani adapted, Fulani imported. You have to do an holistic count of who is who and where. That's the fact. If you don't do that, they're just pouring little something.
We're papering over the cracks. From you, sir. In the present reality of Nigeria, how do you believe in state police or community policing? And how where I'm actually going with this is that the President Tinubu has spent so much. I mean, when he wanted tax reforms, the way he approached it was totally different. Single-minded focus that was unmatched since he came into office. Single-minded focus. Muscled that process through the National Assembly until it was passed. Why has the president not done that for state or community policing?
The president is held hostage to his ambition to realize second term at all costs.
So every other thing was irrelevant.
And he wanted to be in charge of the police. The way Sunday Adewusi was in charge of the police in 1981-82 under Shagari, when Adewusi would just make an order. In fact, they were equipped that time to subdue any insurgency. The military had to cut them down. So Tinubu doesn't want to give up central control of police towards the next election. That's what it is. It's just playing games to say, well, committee. Which committee do you need? There's a Motekun that is regional, that has been, the blueprint is there. Yeah. And it will just replicate it.
There's a Bubagio actually in the southeast. They have a
yeah.
In Borno, I know they have JTF, Joint.
So when it will be implemented tomorrow. Just make amendments to the Police Council, Police Act, and let 90% of officers and men be drawn from each area. Then you know your way around to protect yourselves. And then people have priorities. In the Southwest, everybody man that has a degree or school side will be put into the police force, Amotekun, in fact. In fact, the police force of Yoruba area will be Amotekun force. We don't need all the fanciful names. So if you do that, but I wish Tinubu can just say, look, let me just forget about the second term thing. One term is enough. You have made the name, your photograph is on the wall as president of Nigeria. If you stay 50 years like Paul Biya, what are you going to achieve? If he had a full force, as you said, implementation of decentralized architecture, not the police again, intelligence, traffic control, road safety, civil defense corps. Put everything into basket and into modules, not just police alone.
Yeah.
Because if you do police, you still have intelligence in Abuja. It's not centralized. You have road safety, not centralized. Vehicle movements, road safety will be centralized too, so that you know how many vehicles in your own territory. Is it not? How many Okada? Okadas are not licensed. Everybody just buy Okada on the road, carry people. We are just in a lawless situation because of this Abuja control of everything security. Until we break it down and centralize, and then each region will be able to decide what is good for him or for it or her. But so sad that president is just pretentious, with respect, he's pretentious. He just want to coast through to become second. When he gets second time, what is he going to do with it? The country is gone. May next year is so far away. The country will be gone. If something happened to those people in Ogomosho, 1, 2, 3 or more killings, then something bad will happen. I hope Romania will not happen to President Tinubu. If 1 or 2 teachers or 2 or 3 students were killed and thrown to the forest and people see it, everybody is mad. In a manner situation, anything can happen. We don't pray for it, but do you work for it? Don't work for it. Prayer is useless. All they can. Why didn't they not go to Gumosho to pray? They should just go to Gumosho and form a ring of prophets and pastors and say, Angel Gabriel, put fire on these people who are old people. Why didn't they do that? They ought to have done that. Instead, they said we should do 3 days prayer. Prayer for what? People are in the bush, no dread, nothing. I thought they would go to Gumosho and occupy the forest and invoke all the spirits of their prophetic prayers and flush but it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. God gave us control of what you are supposed to do. Angels will not come down. No matter how much you do, dry prayer, fasting prayer, white prayer is just pretentious until we are serious. If we are really serious, too much money in the hands of people who have sawdust between their heads. They don't know what to do with it. And I must say with respect, when one person donates 3 billion to launch a book, that means the man is just sitting on money. He doesn't know what to do with it. How can you just think of donating 3 billion? That money can build 2, 3 universities at once. You give it to one man. What does God want to do with 3 billion at 92? But because this money is just like rainwater, that's it. In other societies, we have to start what happened in Saudi Arabia. 2018. And Saudi Arabia is now on a higher trajectory. You go there to pilgrimage, you will see your time. They are going far. They have been going far for a long time. They gathered everybody who appear to be living above their income. No problem. They put them in an hotel in 2018. Say, stay in this hotel. Whatever money you have, please just surrender it to the state. If you don't surrender, you won't leave. They give them good treatment. So put all our politicians, put them in Transcorp. You stay there until you, for years with BVN, you can know who has what. So we know you have 10 billion. Give us 9.5 out of that 10 billion. Sign it away. If you have 10 houses, keep 2. We need 8 to turn to residential flats nationwide. Everybody, even the president himself, if you have 2 more, you should surrender it. Too many things have been privatized. The state have been privatized. We don't now make it to be public. All the looting that has, to what end? To what end? To what end? If you don't apply Saudi solution to give confidence to the people who are working daily 9 to 5, that you are living with your means. Anybody who can donate 3 billion is obscene. It's obscene. Danjuma should not be proud to be associated with that kind of money. Today, if he were to be Moffat, he's supposed to transfer all his wealth to the state with immediate effect. Seriously. That's the kind of thing we need to do. We need to do that.
But sir, some would argue that General Tiwa Danjuma He's a businessman. And
Which
he had
business?
this, and he had
Which business? They was giving him a block. He doesn't know the color of crude oil. Yeah, because he planned coup and killed Ironsi those days. They rewarded him. In fact, they kept that money on their school account. But once we have not had him say anything. If that money now, he should donate to build Amadiri schools. If he's a sincere person that say he prays, if somehow he got stolen goods given to him, because he stolen goods from Nigeria, what fact did he do to generate 3 billion net? If he got them, he ought to have his statement now. Thank you, Danjuma, I appreciate you. This money, I gave it back to charity. The Agugo Foundation to build schools in every central district in the north, to build skill centers. But as usual, Gøne has kept quiet. He's praying, but prayer without good works, it's of no effect. It's of no effect. General, go on, please, if you are listening, give this money away. It will be a problem even in your family. If you die and the money remains, your family will be scattered. Why not give the money back to the state and redeem your name as a praying warrior, as a soft-hearted Jack, the one that we knew, that is so sincere, a young dashing lad that Nigeria married for. Nigeria picked your wife for you, married for you. There's only day when you got married. You have got so much. Don't keep this money to yourself. Stay example. Say, this money you gave me, I'm giving it out. Others who have money like that, please give it back to Nigeria. We shouldn't borrow money. When somebody kept 3 billion under his dark boot, we shouldn't borrow money in the country.
I think that should get to the ears of the men concerned. But Doc, some in the opposition camp, opposition political figures, have accused President Tinubu of being largely disconnected from the present day, the everyday reality of Nigerians, the economic grind, the insecurity that they face every day.
Well, it was in Jos Airport. He said, I have only 10 minutes and there's no light here and we have to go. The same man who said, if there is no light in the country,
don't vote for me.
Don't vote for me. And himself confirmed now that there is no light. What about that? His own household entirely disconnected from the country. Because his wife goes about to invite to donate 1 billion. At least I had them donate 1 billion to OAU. Where is his shop? Where is his boutique? Where is he running a bookstore, Mr. President's wife? And then this country now is passing out SUV cars to some women in all states. Where is the money from? Is it from his salary? Does he have oil well too? So, and President
she was a senator, so maybe they accumulated.
And they were getting 100, maybe they get 100 million per month that time, who knows? But it's not legitimate. His son, Poroshenko, had to complain that police guarding him is enough to go and flush out coup plotters. When you can't say so. So, president's entire household, they are living in the clouds. They are just, we are beneath them. President to go to Gomosho, why will he want to do that? President appears to be a statesman, to go to the Buckingham Palace, to go to Macron, to go to Kigali, to just I mean, it's unfortunate that this man who is supposed to be down earth, somebody said, give somebody power, give them wealth, before you know who they really are. The president is not living to the Omoluabi ethos. It's of Yoruba extraction, whether from Iragbiji or wherever. Iragbiji is still Yoruba land. Yorubas have afenifere. You want goodness for yourself, you want it for the others. That's what Yoruba mantra says. His household has not lived to this mantra, and that is why he might stay for 20 years on the throne. Let him say that. He doesn't represent the best of Yoruba people.